You're watching ABC7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. We turn our attention now to a particular species of sea life washing up on our shores. Beachgoers now finding a number of dead sand dollars, which experts say is not a good sign for our ecosystem.
ABC7's Erica Jackson joins us live from the Sarasota Bayfront tonight to share why you should think twice before taking home those sea creatures. Erica?
Jacqueline, Adam, good evening. It's not a great beach day, which is why I'm reporting live here from the Bayfront. On our beaches, more and more sand dollars are washing up next to dead fish and eels and crabs, but you may want to reconsider before taking home one of those sand dollars because you could be breaking the law. When visitors ride through the bay with Captain Katie Tupin, they may spot jumping dolphins, seahorses, or sand dollars on the sandbar. Tupin says she sees more sand dollars washing up on our beaches and blames the red tide.
So once it gets on the bottom, then you know it's kind of the concentration is really bad.
But Tupin regularly watches beachgoers go home with buckets full of live sand dollars, a crime in Florida if you don't have a saltwater fishing license.
But if millions and millions of tourists that come to Florida all say it's just one or it's just two, eventually it adds up.
So we went on to Anna Maria Island to see if visitors could tell the difference. Nancy Berman from Wisconsin isn't 100% sure what she's looking for.
I know that they change color when they die. They become white, but I don't know what color they are when they're alive.
The live ones are dark gray with spines. The dead ones are white or light in color with no spines.
Tupin says sand dollars play an important part in our marine ecosystem. With more and more sea creatures plagued with red tide, she stresses to think twice before keeping the living shell.
Keep everything in there. We need all the healthy stuff we can get.
Now, if you register for a free fishing license, you can keep 2 live sand dollars per day in Manatee County. Now, there's no major restrictions in Sarasota County as long as you take home less than 100 pounds worth. But remember, these are living organisms, so they will likely die within a couple minutes of you taking them out of the water. Reporting live on Sarasota's Bayfront, Erica Jackson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Erica, thank you. Some local shops on Siesta Key say that business has not been as busy as it usually is on a holiday weekend because of the red tide. Siesta Key Oyster Bar says in the month of August, their sales were down 40% compared to last year. They say with improved conditions, they did see more people come out this weekend, but their sales were still down 20% from the year before.
I have many friends that work for or own accommodations on the Key, and many of them are 85% vacant or worse. And a bunch of our business comes from tourists, and we are reminded how much we value them.
Other businesses in Siesta Key Village said they have been closing early due to the lack of customers. Some of them have been also running promotional sales to try and get people to come in their doors.
The tropics are getting busy just in time for the peak of Atlantic hurricane season on September 10th. We're watching 3 separate tropical systems in the Atlantic as they move east. ABC's Aaron Katursky shows us how they're causing severe weather around the country.
With 3 tropical systems churning in the Atlantic, states along the Gulf Coast are on alert. Tropical Storm Gordon formed over the upper Florida Keys, raising a warning for parts of the Keys and South Florida, where forecasters predict heavy rain. The tropical storm warning extends to Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. Bad weather delayed the Lynyrd Skynyrd concert in Jacksonville. The show went on later. Rain inundated parts of the mid-Atlantic. Near Baltimore, a current of raging water threatened a man trapped in his home.
It's a mess. Never seen it like this in real life.
In central Pennsylvania, flash flooding turned roads into rivers and broke concrete into chunks.
This is the first time where we were perhaps in some danger.
There was this supercell thunderstorm in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and a dust storm in Kansas. In the Northeast, the calendars flipped to September, brought no relief from the August heat. New York City's entering a stretch of heat and humidity that will make it feel like the high 90s. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
Well, let's check in with meteorologist Josh Stone, who's in for Bob tonight. And Josh, can you give us a little bit more details on that tropical storm Gordon heading our way?
Well, right now, the center of circulation is off the shore here, off the southwest coast of Florida, and it looks like it is actually starting to gain some strength now. So Earlier, we're talking about maybe, should I say, early morning hours of this morning, it was a tropical wave, and then bam, like that, it became a tropical storm around 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning. And now we have a very healthy looking tropical storm as this continues to move to the west and northwest over warm waters, low wind shear in the upper levels of the atmosphere. This could start to expand and grow, and potentially it could become a Category 1 hurricane. When that will take place, most likely tomorrow, but we're going to keep our eye on it. Good news for us, though, is it's not really affecting the Suncoast as hard. Unfortunately, for our neighbors to the south, we are dealing with some very heavy wet weather there. And also to the north, around the St. Pete and Clearwater area, they have their share of some heavy wet weather. Here's the latest on Gordon. Sustained winds of 50 miles per hour. It is moving pretty fast, though. If this was moving slower, it would probably gain more strength and become stronger by the hour. But right now it's moving to the west-northwest at 17 miles per hour. It looks like it could become a Category 1 hurricane by tomorrow. As far as the rest of the evening, on and off showers, lows dip into the mid to upper 70s. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Josh. The search continues tonight for people who disappeared after 2 boats crashed and sank in the Colorado River. Officials say 2 recreational boats, one carrying 10 people, the other carrying 6, collided head-on, sending all 16 people into the Colorado River in California before the boats sunk. Witnesses say one boat was speeding on the wrong side of the river Saturday night with no lights on, smashing into the other. This morning, rescuers recovered 1 of the 4 boaters who vanished. 3 others are still missing. 9 people were taken to the hospital, and authorities say no one was wearing a life jacket.
Our motto that I tell everybody is boat safe, boat smart, boat sober, and wear a life jacket. You follow those rules and things tend to work out a lot better for you.
The sheriff's office is now investigating the crash, trying to determine if alcohol or speed played a factor.
We're learning more about a deadly capsize last week on Lake Superior. Eric Fryman and his wife Carrie took their 3 children to northern Wisconsin for an end of the summer trip. While kayaking, the wind caused their kayak to flip over. All were wearing life jackets, but authorities say they were trapped by thunderstorms and choppy waters. It took Carrie's sister 5 hours to receive a text for help. Eric and the children, ages 3, 6, and 9 years old, did die. Carrie was found alive in the water, suffering from hypothermia. Coast Guard officials said hypothermia probably played a large factor in the deaths of the rest of that family.
On this Labor Day, with millions trying to get home, protesters again tried to disrupt the highway linking Chicago with O'Hare Airport. It's part of a protest to combat violence, and ABC's Ryan Burrow gives us a look at what happened in Chicago.
Ain't nobody gonna turn us around.
For the 3rd time in 3 months,
gonna keep on a-walking.
An attempt to shut down a busy Chicago roadway in an anti-violence demonstration.
We just cannot give up. We have to keep it going.
Dozens of protesters calling for the city to meet a series of demands, including more investments in the city's blighted neighborhoods, repurposing closed schools, and even demanding that the mayor step down.
Rahm is inaccessible and not a people person. He runs from the people. And so, we're just going to chase him till we get him.
The chief purpose of the demonstration, bringing awareness to Chicago's violence.
In order to get the attention and the ears that we need for the people's needs, we have to perform some kind of massive action.
The group attempting to walk onto the congested Kennedy Expressway near O'Hare Airport on the busy Labor Day holiday. But heavy police presence making it clear that wasn't going to happen.
You have to remember, an airport is a big terrorist target. We have security protocols in place. We can never allow an airport to be shut down.
State police, Chicago police, and other law enforcement groups working to keep control, and that included making arrests. Reverend Gregory Livingston, the first taken into police custody. The group says they will continue more disruptions and demonstrations until their demands are met. Ryan Burrow, ABC News, Chicago.
A bear was spotted in the driveway of a home in Arcadia, California this morning. California Department of Fish and Wildlife staff were called to that neighborhood to assist. They tranquilized the bear shortly after. Now it's estimated that bear weighed between 300 and 350 pounds. Now that bear is expected to be released back into the wild. Bear sightings are common in the Los Angeles area. In recent months, a bear was caught on video taking a dip in a backyard jacuzzi in Altadena. Another bear also took a swim in a backyard pool in Pasadena as well.
Well, still to come here on your Suncoast News, a surprising warning about the dangers of beach umbrellas.
And tips on how to snag some deals during Labor Day sales. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Don't hide it. We know that sometimes emotions just get the better of you, especially at the Honda Summer Spectacular event. And we know getting a deal on the Honda Civic, a 2018 KBB.com Best Buy, can be quite liberating, especially when this stylish Honda Civic comes with Sport Mode.
Yes! Yes!
Express what you're feeling at the Honda Summer Spectacular event.
I'm happy you're happy.
Visit your local Honda dealer and test drive the Honda Civic today.
From the moment she walked in the door, we stopped having to go to the pharmacy. Certain prescriptions, my health plan or the pharmacy wasn't even able to get here. And hospice provided them, and all we had to do was call up, and the next thing they know, there was another, a delivery.
So, how many of us feel completely confident about our financial future? Let's hear some specifics. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. When my husband died, it took almost all of our savings to give him a proper funeral. I honestly don't know if there's enough to bury me, let alone cover expenses should something happen.
Okay. Let's talk solutions. One thing you may want to get in place is a guaranteed whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, which is a Mutual of Omaha company. This is affordable coverage, which provides a cash payment which can cover funeral expenses, bills, and other financial needs. Most payments are on their way within 24 hours. Yes, sir.
I need medical exams, things like that.
No medical exams. If you're between the ages of 45 and 85, you can call this number, or you can go online and apply for coverage up to $25,000. United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Now to a surprising summer danger, beach umbrellas swept up by the wind, flying through the air, hitting people. ABC's Gio Benitez shows us how these common beach necessities can do some serious harm.
Watch as witnesses capture beach umbrellas out of control. These volleyball players in Ontario, Canada, stunned as umbrellas around them take flight. And in Ocean City, Maryland in 2015, a bystander filming as the wind picks up these umbrellas and turns them into projectiles. The videos wild and the situations incredibly dangerous. Just a few weeks ago in Ocean City, Maryland, 46-year-old Jill Mendegrau airlifted after she was impaled in the chest by an unattended umbrella. Her daughter later telling a local paper her mother suffered excruciating pain and trauma, but thanking all those who helped and responded. And a few days earlier in Seaside Heights, New Jersey.
Can we have fire to a woman with the umbrella? They need something to cut it.
Don't remove that till Triborough gets there.
10-4 LT, not planning on it.
Good.
A 67-year-old tourist from London struck by a flying umbrella, one of its spokes piercing her ankle.
Who was there was an EMT who beat me to it. We were both there. He had a med kit, actually put a tourniquet, to hold the bleeding, and we just held onto the umbrella until EMS and everybody else arrived.
Both these women recovering this morning. Lynn Stevens also knows the dangers firsthand. She was impaled by a flyaway umbrella on a Maryland beach in 2010.
The wind picked it straight up in the air and it shot it right back down, and it went right into my thighs. Luckily, someone on the beach was also watching and tried to catch the umbrella for me.
We went to Santa Monica Beach. Ocean lifeguard captain Julio Rodriguez telling us how to truly secure an umbrella in the sand. First, he says, make sure it's at least 16 inches down.
You can either use a shovel to dig the hole deep enough to set the stake and pack it in, or once you drive the stake into the sand, rock it back and forth. That typically gets it in deeper into the sand.
All right, and we want to show you right now what experts say you should be doing with these beach umbrellas when you're driving them into the sand. They say you want to go back to front like this. They do not want you to go in a circle around, because if you're doing that, all of the sand just collapses, and it really doesn't give you a lot to anchor this with. Gio Benitez, ABC News, Rockaway Beach, New York.
Or just come down to the Suncoast. We're experts in putting umbrellas in the sand. Well, let's check in with meteorologist Josh Stone in for Bob tonight. We'll look at our first alert forecast. Plenty of wind, I'm sure, Josh.
Yeah, you'll definitely need the umbrella to guard yourself from the showers coming down. There's going to be some heavy wet weather depending on where you are in the Suncoast. Now let's look at what's the latest on Tropical Storm Gordon. You can see the counterclockwise circle here. Well, we have heavy wet weather to our south in Lee County, and even further south of that in Collier County where Naples is. We also have some wet weather that's going to be coming in from the Suncoast on and off throughout the evening hours, but really it looks like the heaviest wet weather will probably pull offshore in the later hours of this evening, and then as Tropical Storm Gordon continues to move towards the west and northwest, it will pull away from the coast. You can see where the heaviest wet weather is right now around Naples, Marco Island, and around Fort Myers, Captiva. But as far as Charlotte County goes, looks like just other than a few steady rain showers that are to the east of I-75, really nothing doing here for most of the area. Maybe around Rotunda, a few light showers. There is a tropical storm warning actually along Inglewood, but just a sliver of it off the coast of the Suncoast. For most of us, a small craft advisory taking place. So where is Gordon going? We'll put this into motion. Here's the spaghetti plots. Models are in agreement that this is going to go into the northern Gulf Coast and away from the state of Florida, so staying away from us. Latest on Gordon, 50 miles per hour sustained winds, moving pretty fast actually at 17 miles per hour. If Gordon was moving slower over these warm waters of the Gulf, and we're talking about waters in the upper 80-degree temperature range, this probably would be a much stronger storm, but since it's moving so fast, it probably will only get potentially to a Category 1 hurricane by the time it makes landfall. Thank goodness, because this could be a lot worse if it was moving slower. As far as rainfall goes for the Suncoast, anywhere from a ½ inch to an 1.5 inches in some locations, maybe in central Manatee, probably eastern Sarasota County, in some spots in DeSoto and Hardee County, maybe about an 1.5 inches, potentially 2 inches out of some heavier storms. But right now, things are kind of quiet for most of the Suncoast. Sustained winds, though, about 15 to 20 miles per hour. Right now, down here in Boca Grande, 23 miles per hour. Earlier today, we actually had a report of about 45 mile per hour wind gusts at the Sarasota International Airport. Well, a couple systems out here other than Gordon. We have Tropical Storm Florence and a tropical wave we're watching. It just came off the coast of Africa. What about Florence? Well, Florence is a healthy-looking tropical system, and this particular model takes it towards, kind of bakes it towards the north and west, keeps it over open waters. However, there's an area of high pressure, and some models actually forecast this to the high pressure to push this further south, thus making Florence make more of a southerly track, southwesterly track. So we'll have to watch that pretty closely. Right now it's 79 degrees outside. Tonight's forecast calls for, actually we hit a high of 86. Our average is 90. And as far as rainfall, 0.14 inches of rain today. Here's your forecast for tonight, 76 degrees. Tomorrow, 89, still windy conditions. And then as we go through the next few days, on and off showers and storms in the forecast for the next several days until we get to the end of the weekend and early next week. We'll have mostly sunny skies, only a 20% chance of showers. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Josh. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. We are seeing some traffic heading north on US 301 just after the State Road 70 intersection. Adam?
Thank you, Jacqueline. In consumer news, it's a good day to get some great Labor Day deals. Amazon has huge markdowns on their Alexa devices, including the Echo, Echo Show, and Echo Dot. And if you're in need of appliances, Best Buy and Home Depot are offering 40% off appliances and even free delivery on some of those. And if you got stuck working this holiday, book a revenge vacation. Hotels.com running a 40% off sale today.
With Toys R Us permanently closing its doors nationwide, the market for toys is any retailer's game. However, Walmart is hoping to become shoppers' go-to location for all things toys. Walmart will be ramping up its toy selection online and in stores in preparation for the holidays. The toy selection in stores will be increased by 30%, while the toy selection online will increase by 40%. You can expect hands-on demos of toys in store and hundreds of new brands that will soon be available both in stores and online.
Tesla has added 2,000 job listings at 98 showroom locations across the country. The move comes at a time when the electric car maker is focusing on profitability after having hit its Model 3 production output target. The most common job title is for Customer Experience Specialist, a sales-focused position. Listings for Vehicle Prep Specialists, which are employees who set up new cars for customers during the delivery process, are the second most common, followed by Delivery Experience Specialists.
Well, stay with us. Entertainment news is coming up next.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP is the largest locally owned CPAP supply company in the area. Is it time to replace your old equipment? The staff at Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP can show you the most up-to-date CPAP equipment and supplies to meet your sleep apnea needs, including portable travel devices and the SoClean automatic CPAP sanitizer. We serve all of Southwest Florida, giving the highest quality of care with the finest CPAP equipment. Please visit our website, sarasotacpap.com.
Attention. On January 1st, 2018, the United States Tax Cut Act officially became law. This law also changes Obamacare. If you are uninsured or struggling to afford your current health insurance, there is now immediate relief. Health insurance that's not high-priced Obamacare is now available. Call the Health Insurance Helpline now. It's free. The cost for health insurance has been a serious problem in America, but now the law has changed. So many people don't get the insurance they need because they just don't call. Don't spend money you don't have to spend. Call now. It's free. If you are uninsured or unable to pay for ACA coverage, call the Health Insurance Helpline now. Get what you deserve. Call to see if you qualify for health care or dental coverage that starts immediately. Don't delay. Call now. It's free. Call 800-307-8167, 800-307-8167. Call 800-307-8167 now.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
In entertainment news tonight, the Grimmie family is mourning yet another loss.
More than 2 years after singer Christina Grimmie was shot and killed at her concert in Orlando, her mother has also now passed away. The family releasing a statement on Sunday revealing she had lost her battle with cancer. They asked, in lieu of flowers, fans make a donation to the Christina Grimmie Foundation. which supports the families of gun violence victims. Christina rose to fame after competing on The Voice. She was shot and killed by an alleged stalker after her concert in 2016.
Roseanne Barr says she will not be in the country when the spinoff to her canceled new sitcom hits the small screen this fall. Barr says she would be in Israel studying Judaism when The Conners premieres next month without her. The comedian was fired from the reboot of Roseanne this year after she made a racist comment on Twitter about a former aide to President Barack Obama. The show was quickly canceled despite its high ratings. ABC then announced it would bring back a new program with the other cast members, but this time without Barr.
The Incredibles 2 passed a major milestone this weekend, becoming the first animated film to earn more than $600 million in domestic box office sales. Globally, the film has raked in just over $1.16 billion. That makes it the second highest grossing animated film ever, next to Disney's Frozen. Two other live-action Disney films also crossing the $600 million domestic mark this year. No surprise, Black Panther and Avengers: Infinity War.
A married couple from Ukraine have created a business making giant robot costumes, particularly like Transformers that you see there. Anna Ohal says her Transformers costumes consist of around 20 separate parts and take 3 to 4 months to make. Anna is responsible for programming and effects while her husband Pavlo works on developing models and their look. Pavlo says he spends hours watching Transformers films to make sure that those new models are as accurate as possible. Talk about a Halloween costume if you were able to get your hands on one of those.
Incredible, and talk about having someone out there for everyone. Look at those two finding each other, making Transformer costumes. We'll be right back with more news.